Tripper plug, this the real deal. This Tripper plug, this the real deal. I know you see me on television, I know you see me on your YouTube, but you don't know me in real life, little homie. You better play it cool. Never let your left hand know what your right hand finna do, cause they gon' study your every move, try to imitate what you about to do. This here is the gang. We don't rock with you if I ain't feeling you. I've been on top since I started, dog, and I ain't finna move. What's up, YouTube? It's your favorite cousin Tripp, and I'm back with another banger. You already know what time it is. Let's get right into it. Unless you've been living under the rock, you probably didn't already heard about the news that's been going on with Meagan Thee Stallion, Tina Snow. You know, the tall, rapping, beautiful Amazon that be twerking and shaking her ass in every video. Yeah, her. Yeah, she's been in the news, and unfortunately, it ain't been because she got a hot album. She's been in the news because she's been going through some legal troubles with her record company, 1501, that's owned by Evelyn Lozada from Basketball Wives, ex-husband, baby daddy, you know, Carl Crawford. Now, this is my take on the situation. I'll tell you what Meagan Thee Stallion said. She said that, you know, she had just wanted to renegotiate her contract. You know, she went and got signed with Roc Nation for management, and they went over her contract and found a whole bunch of discrepancies and flaws and all types of, you know, things. And she claims that she didn't read the contract, so she didn't know what was in the contract that she signed. And this is my thing with it. Meagan Thee Stallion, we all know that she is in college, currently in college. I think she signed the contract when she was 20 years old. Now she's 22 or 23. I can't really fault Carl Crawford and them for giving Meagan a contract that her and her mother chose to sign without reading or getting any legal representation, or you can't understand it. For me, that's not an excuse nowadays, because we've seen how record companies do artists all the time, right? You know, we've heard of the record companies that screw artists out of their royalties and things like that, you know, but there's always two sides to the story, and just not reading the contract is not an excuse today, especially for a young woman that's educated and should know how to read. You know, it ain't like you know, signed the contract in the 5th grade. You was a grown woman, you know, and your mother was managing you, so that's not an excuse. Now, this is my thing with Meagan Thee Stallion. To me, it seems like a lot of times these artists, you know, they be so hungry to blow up, you know, in the beginning, and when you meet somebody who can offer you your dreams and have more money than you, like Carl Crawford. I don't know if y'all know who he is. He was a baseball player. I think he made like $130 million while he was playing baseball. Once he got out of baseball, he wanted to get into the music business. He didn't know much about the music business, so he linked up with a friend of his that was in the music business already to help him, you know, along the way, because this is a new venture. So he wanted to attach himself with somebody who knew more about the music business. But at the end of the day, it was his label, it was his money that was fronting and putting up everything for Meagan Thee Stallion to blow. Now, you could say that Carl Crawford didn't do nothing for Meagan, but he actually did, because he put her in a position to be where she at right now. Now, a lot of people might say that Carl Crawford didn't do nothing for Meagan's career, but he actually did. I mean, Meagan Thee Stallion blew up pretty quick. You know, she went from freestyling and doing mixtapes or whatever the case may be in Texas, where she from, to literally being on a song with Nicki Minaj, being at Jay-Z and Beyonce's house. And, you know, something they did was right. You know, I think they produced the mixtape that she had, Tina Snow, and, you know, Big Old Freak, one of her best songs to me to this day was on that mixtape. So they provided her a space to be creative, paid for studio time, paid for her when she didn't have money, you know, paid for her to get around these people so she could get known. For me, loyalty is everything. You know, if you signed a contract and you're supposed to do 4 albums with this company that helped you blow, I think you should honor that. Now, Meagan is saying that she didn't want out of the contract. She just wanted to renegotiate. This is the thing for me. Meagan is still relatively a new artist, right? I mean, she had a song with Nicki Minaj, but she never dropped a full-length album yet. I mean, she's still on the come up. You know, I think a lot of times these artists get the big head too soon, and, you know, I think her wave is really big. You know, she had the whole thing with Hot Girl Summer going around, and, you know, using social media, you can blow really quick, right? You know what I'm saying? Hot Girl Summer was the biggest thing, you know, driving the boat, you know, with Jay-Z and Rock Nation. Of course they want to find the next hottest rap artist, you know, especially a female artist, because it's very lucrative. I mean, you seen what happened with Cardi B, you seen what happened with Nicki Minaj, and you don't really want to miss the boat. And Megan Thee Stallion seems like the next best thing right now, because she falls in the line of those type of artists. I mean, she talks freaky, she's twerking on stage, and that's the type of artist they want, because that seems like that's what's selling right now. You know, it's other female artists out there that aren't getting the shine that Megan and them do, because they don't have the same type of content. But they, to me, in my opinion, they're better rappers. So, of course, Rock Nation wants to get in on that. Megan Thee Stallion, she played her cards right. You know, driving the boat and, you know, using Jay-Z's, drink, his liquor, his brand to do it, and always having a bottle. It was like perfect matchup, right? You know, but the thing is, I think Megan Thee Stallion's hype is bigger than her music. You know, she had the song with the baby, that was cool, but you know, for me, the song with Nicki Minaj wasn't really all that. You know, it was more hype behind the song than it was a banger. Like, it wasn't a song that I would go and revisit over and over, or I want to hear over and over. Megan Thee Stallion still hasn't proved herself to me as an artist. It seems like she's a one-trick pony, you know, and I just think loyalty is very important in this business. You know, if you sign a contract, you should honor that contract, you know. And I think the reason why Carl Crawford feels kind of shaded, because it's like, you know, you go and sign the deal with Rock Nation behind my back. Now, Megan Thee Stallion says she don't really have a relationship with Carl Crawford, but how many CEOs do you actually have a real relationship with? I mean, there's other people working in the business, you know, that help you along the way. Carl, he doesn't want to do the day-to-day thing. He just wants to be the CEO and the man behind the thing. A lot of times these people have to put in a contract ways that they can protect their investment, because when you taking a risk on a new artist, you stand to lose millions of dollars to make them blow. You know, and because and there's never a guarantee that your artist is going to blow. You know, me being in the music business when I was younger, I signed to a few managers. You know, they paid for our studio time. You know, they bought us weed. We needed outfits, you know, for a show, flyers. They put all that money out. You know, all we did was being artists. We went to the studio and was being creative. We never blew like that. So all of that money that they spent, that was their loss. You know, and that's the chance that you take. But a lot of times these companies want to be protected if they blow. Not saying that the contract was 100% right, but you signed that when you was hungry. It didn't matter to you when you was hungry and you needed somebody who could put you in a position, because this person is a millionaire. He got the ends to put you in position. So yeah, let's do it now. But now that I'm hot and I got a name and I'm at Jay-Z and Beyonce's house, I got a song, I'm kicking it with Nicki Minaj and Trey songs and all of these people, I don't need you no more, and now I need a better contract because I'm hot now. You know, but Megan Thee Stallion still hasn't proved herself to be an artist that's gonna last for years or even decades. You know, to me, like I said, she seems like a one-trick pony. I mean, her style is not that hot, and I love female rappers. You know what I'm saying? I love her movement. I think she's beautiful, and I really want to like her, but she just haven't proved to me that she's can make a great song. Now, Some of her freestyles be fire. But we all know if you in the music business, being a freestyle artist, being able to rap over a beat and sound hot to somebody else's beat is different than going in the studio, being creative and making a song on your own that's gonna sell. You know, I think it's a lot of hype around her right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that she's proved herself to be that artist that's, you know, gonna be around for a long, long time. That being said, you know, it's kind of crazy, you know, she sued and put out a restraining order, and, you know, the judge ruled in her favor, so she released, you know, a EP called Sugar, you know, and to me, it seems like the perfect setup for some press to promote your album. You know, right before you drop your EP, you know, you get into this big thing with your record company, everybody talking about you, you can't release music, you go on social media, and that move was kind of like, okay, I'm gonna go on social media and tell all my fans so they could get behind me. You know, Carl Crawford, he don't have that fan base, and you know, Meagan, she has millions of people that don't really understand the music business, so she gonna win on that. You know, let me get all my fans to push it and say, yeah, we want your music. Why they holding you? You know what I'm saying? So she took that route. You know, the judge ruled in her favor, so now Sugar is out. I got a chance to check out Sugar, and to me, it was so unimpressive to me. Like, it was just, for one, she dropped a video, I'd Rather Be Your B-I-T-C-H, you know, which is a remake of, you know, I'd Rather Be Your N-I-G-G-A from Tupac. And for me, if you're gonna do a Tupac song, it better bang. To me, the flows is just boring. You know, it's not a song that I want to go back and listen to. I don't know what these kids want to listen to today. Maybe that's good for them, you know, good enough. But to me, being just okay ain't good enough. You know, to me, she's not, you know, a lot of people talk about, you know, writing your own rhymes and Cardi B getting writers and things like this. Maybe you need to get a writer, because, you know, the rhymes that you writing ain't really snappers. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, and this is just one of them things that just really shows that Nicki Minaj is really one of them artists that's really just dope when it comes to the pen, because even the people that's coming up under her can't even hold a match to her. You know, it's like, Meagan, like, I want to like you, but it's just like, I need more versatility in your flows. All your songs starting to sound alike. You know, your bars are the same, and when you get on the stage, you just twerk. You know, I know little horny little young boys and, you know, the girls, and that's what's hot right now, but is that going to be the end thing 5 years from now? Sure, you know, guys will always love to see a woman shaking her ass, but how long are you going to be naked on the stage shaking your ass, twerking? You know, we need some more from you. You know, that might have got you through the door, but show us some more. You know, when Cardi B came through, you know, she didn't dance on stage. She didn't, but she found herself, you know, really quick and started giving us dope performances. And we need that from you, Meagan. I don't know if you need to take some choreography classes or, you know, whatever the case may be, but you need to do something. Your album was not fire to me. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of you stallionaires or whatever you call your people, I'm sure y'all gonna disagree and say that it was fire. But I come up around female spitters that's real spitters, and it's just not it. You know, I wanted to hear more versatility, more different songs and things like that, more fire bars. You know, it just ain't it, you know. And I wanted it to be hot. It would have been a perfect setup for you to drop a fire album and show why you deserve to be here and why you deserve to have your contract renegotiated. But to me, the album just didn't do it. You know, I give it a 3. I'm pushing it by, say, 3 out of 5. And you know, if we go up to 10, it'll be a, not even a 5, maybe a 4.3. It's just not fire. It's nothing on there that I would listen to again. You know, and maybe it's just not my thing. You know, yeah, even your features is just like, just ain't it, you know. I don't know if you need to get into the studio. I don't know if you going in these studios and you trying to follow the Nicki Minaj thing, talking about you write your own bars and this and that. You know, what's good if write your own bars if they not hot? If they ain't snappers, if they don't bump. I mean, it's like you need some help writing your bars or somebody to come in and help you and steer you with creativity. You know what I'm saying? And you writing your own bars, but you still going through stuff with your contract and not getting the money that you feel like you deserve. So what's the point of it? You know, people don't really care about if you writing your own bars and writing your own raps and stuff like that. For one, you're a female rapper. We don't expect you to be a goon and hood and be talking this street stuff and to live everything that you say and things like that. We just want good music from you. And we don't care how we get it. If you got a team of people that's creative with you, I'm not saying that everybody got to write word for word with you, but get in the studio with some creative people, maybe some of your friends, and have them, you know, throw ideas around, you know, hook ideas. You take it, freak it, make it hot, make it your own, and give us some good music. If this is what we got to look for when it comes to your real album, I'm tapping out. I'm out on it. You know what I'm saying? You know, if this was the Shark Tank, you know, I'm cool. You know, maybe one of the other, you know, sharks would take you, but I'm cool on it. You know, I'm tapping out. Kudos to you. Best of luck. You know what I'm saying? I hope you know, get your situation in order. You know what I'm saying? And everybody get what they deserve. You know. And while we talking about music and female rappers, y'all probably already know your queen, Nicki Minaj, her man was arrested, you know, for failure to report as a registered sex offender, you know, and this is a thing all sex offenders have to do, you know, whether you innocent or, you know, you was proven guilty in a court of law, so you have to register just like every other sex offender. You know, we don't care if you Nicki Minaj husband and things like that. You feel like you privileged now and you don't have to do it. Nicki Minaj, you knew that this was the thing that you had to that came with him when you chose to marry him. I know you want to be private and he lives with you, so now you have to register your home, and now all the barbs gonna know where you live at. You know, or Cardi B fans, you know, they can come throw rocks at your window and wait outside for, you know, autograph or whatever. But this is what you chose. This is the man that you fell in love with, you know, and this is who you chose to marry. So you got to take everything that comes with him. You know, he's a convicted felon. You know, not only does he have rape charges, he also has a murder rep, you know, manslaughter. So, I mean, you putting him out on social media to be this goon in your bodyguard and things like that, that's just not a good idea because, you know, the feds is watching. You know, and don't think that they don't think that they love you so much that they wouldn't want to take you down. I mean, you seen what happened to other female rappers that ended up doing time. Da Brat and, you know, Remy Ma and things like that. You know, not saying that you doing anything, but they gonna be watching, you know, and you running around with this man, all eyes is gonna be on y'all. You know, $20,000 bond, he got on that, you know, in Hollywood, California, he was supposed to register, you know, Beverly Hills or somewhere, you know, and they ain't playing around these rich people, you know. He got out on bond. He failed to register. They picked him up again. This time it was $100,000 that they had to pay to get him out. And I'm sure that's nothing to Nicki Minaj, but do you really want to waste hundreds of thousands of dollars on your man for not doing what he's supposed to do? And this is the reason why I say that this relationship is kind of toxic, in my opinion, because if you are Nicki Minaj and you, his wife, you should make sure that he doing what he needs to do, you know, just to keep your name good, because at the end of the day, your name is going to be attached to it. Everything that he does is going to be Nicki Minaj's husband, you know, so this is something that y'all should have had a conversation about. You know, baby, did you register? You know, or do what you had to do. You can't avoid this situation and act like it's just going to go away because you Nicki Minaj and you Kenneth Petty. It's not going to go away, and you have to do what you got to do. You know, instead of walking around trying to fight Meek Mill and clothing stores and, you know, hollering at academics, you know, and social media and sending crazy DMs. You need to be talking to your man, making sure he doing the right thing. You know, it just don't make no type of sense to me. This relationship seems kind of toxic. You know, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I want them to make sure I'm doing the right thing even when I'm not. You know, if you know I got a court case, you know, don't be, and I understand being a rider and down, but that's just ignorance. You know what I'm saying? That's just ignorance. Oh no, baby, you don't need to go to that court case. You know what I'm saying? If I choose not to do it, yeah, ride with me, but I want you to try to offer me the right thing to do. No, we gonna go. You know what I'm saying? We gonna handle this. I don't want you out here with no warrants and things like that. You know, get me to do the right thing. And real friends and real people who really love you always going to try to get you to do the right thing. They're not going to push you to do the wrong thing because that's what's cool or, you know, no. But if you choose not to, they're going to ride with you. They're going to be like, all right, that's your decision. I'm going to roll with you, but I don't agree with it. You know, Kenneth Petty, you should be thinking more, you know, about doing the right thing. You attached to one of the biggest superstars out here today, and you know how this could mess up her brand and her name. You know, people just don't want to be attached to that type of thing. You know, it's already hard. She's struggling with record sales and things like that. You know, brands don't want to be attached to somebody who's attached to a killer and a sex offender. You know, so, you know, y'all millionaires and living good now, you know, but think about your future. You know, Nicki should have enough money to take care of y'all for the rest of y'all life, you know, but if not, I done seen people go broke, you know, living this lavish lifestyle and just not bringing in the money that they need to. Hopefully that won't happen with Nicki. I doubt if it does, but like I'm saying, Kenneth Petty, you need to do what you need to do and be the man that you need to be, you know. You can't help who you love, right? If that's who she love or she digmatized by, then kudos to her, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, y'all got to get y'all thing together, you know, walking around being her bodyguard and, you know, what's going to happen when you do go to jail? You know, come on, man, get it together. What else is happening? You know, Tamar Braxton got a new show coming out on, I think, maybe Bravo or something like that. You know, it's a hair show. And, you know, when I first heard about it, I'm like, what is Tamar Braxton doing, you know, doing some type of hair show? You know, I don't look at Tamar Braxton as the hair girl, you know. I mean, she had all these wigs and things like that. We never really seen her real hair until she decided to shave it off because she said that she didn't want to deal with hair. But now you dealing with hair and wigs and things like that. And whatever they're going to be doing on the show, it's just like, okay, that's interesting. You know, kudos to Tamar for keeping the job and keeping the check coming in. But I just don't really see Tamar Braxton as the hair person. Maybe she going to be on there saying what's hot and what's not. You know, what she think is cute or... You know, kudos to Tamar for her new show that's coming out. Yeah, man, it's been a lot going on. You know, I also wanted to talk about this show that I've been watching on Netflix called Love is Blind. Now, Love is Blind was an experiment where strangers get together and they pretty much date each other without seeing each other. You know, they're put into two separate pods and they're allowed to just talk and communicate. And I just found something so endearing about falling in love and just really getting to know somebody without not all technology is taken away from them. You know, they don't have no cell phones, they don't have no televisions or nothing. All they have is each other. You know, so when you take away all the distractions of the world, Twitter, Instagram, all the other people that's in your DMs and trying to go out with you and things like that, and all you have is to focus on one person that's giving you butterflies and you getting to know them, you know, without looking at, I mean, they don't know what race you are. They don't know your height, what your nose look. They don't know if you got a fat ass, or none of these things they know. All they know is what you tell them, and it's a chance for you to really be vulnerable. You don't have to worry about how you look and things like that. You behind the pod, the person can't tell you. Y'all just communicating, and you sharing your dreams, your hopes, and what you want. You talk about politics, and on the show they don't show how much time that these people spent, but some days they were in there talking for 4 or 5 hours just to one person. When you speeding up, getting to know somebody like that, you can really learn a lot about somebody. In that time, you can share your childhood, what you feel about politics. You can laugh and joke and talk about movies and how many kids you want. If you want a dog, if you hate dogs, do you like cats? No, I hate cats. And you really start to get a connection for somebody. So that's what the show Love is Blind is about. And to me, I love it. This is a show that I totally would do. As some of y'all know, I'm a hopeless romantic, and I do believe that love is real, and love is blind. After you get to know each other, you propose if you find somebody that you fall in love with. Now, these people claim that they fell in love, through the pods. I mean, it's so beautiful how they fell in love. It was just like you just fall in love with knowing somebody. It's kind of like how some people do with catfish, when you just talking about, but these people are being real, some of them was, and you have the option to propose to the person. They can accept or not. Once you propose to the person, then you can meet them. So after they proposed to the person that they fell for, they were connected. Now, this is the first time they get to actually see each other face to face. They see each other, and yeah, it's like that initial thing, like, wow, this is what you look like. You have in your mind and everything of what this person might look like, and how tall they are, what they might smell like, and then they finally standing in front of you, and it's just like, wow, and the people were good looking, and they will run to each other and hug each other. And now, after you're engaged, you leave the pods, and now you're an engaged couple, and you're getting married a couple weeks from then. So now y'all have to move together and try to see if y'all got the physical connection, because we have the mental connection already. We've been talking and we have so many things in common, but now it's backwards. A lot of times people have the physical connection first. You see somebody, damn, I want to hit that, that's fine, and you do that. And then you have to get to know them. Most of the times you don't like them. So there you go. You got another body on you for having sex with somebody that you really don't like. But this is different. They fall in love first, and then we have to match the physical connection, which could be tricky too sometimes, because if you fall for somebody and you're not physically attracted to them, or the sex ain't good, or they not doing it for you, how is that? And for some people, they waited a long time to have sex. They didn't feel good with it. Some people, the chemistry was just so popping that they did it on the first night, and that's all your choice. It depends on your chemistry and what you as a person and you want to do, so, they have to make it to the altar. That was part of the show. If you proposed and got engaged, you had to make it to the altar. But at the altar, you could say whether I do or you don't, depending on how things went once y'all got out the pods. And, it's this couple on there, Cameron and, oh man, I forgot the girl's name, but, Cameron is a white guy and the girl is a black girl, and they fell in love. And I mean to tell you, their love story is so amazing. You have to check it out. It's on Netflix. Now, there's another guy on there, Carlton or whatever his name is. I'm bad with names, y'all. Sorry, I'm gonna get that together, but I ain't going off of no notes or anything. I'm just going off the top of my head. But this guy, he was on there. Some of y'all may have seen him from Real Housewives of Atlanta. He was the assistant to Cynthia Bailey. Now, I got a chance to meet this guy because I did some work with Cynthia Bailey years ago when I first moved to Atlanta. And he was obviously gay to me. You know, I didn't really say much to him. I mean, we talked through social media because, you know, we were doing something special for a kid for Christmas. But so when I seen him on the show, I was like, okay, you know, now I understand, you know, some people are bisexual and things like that. He played the bisexual card, and he wasn't upfront honest with the woman that he was falling in love with, but he let the cameras know, I got something I want to say. Now, anybody who knew him knew what it was. You know, maybe if you just don't got no gaydar at all, you probably was like, oh, what is he gonna tell her, you know? But I knew that what he was gonna tell her. He was all emotional and crying, oh, I got something to tell you and things like that. Then he tells her that, you know, I've had relationships with men. She was taken back by that. I mean, you know, we were in the pods for weeks and you wasn't honest with me. I put everything out, you know, and I feel so bad for this lady because she seemed like she really came there genuinely to find love, and she thought she did. But when she got outside the pods, the person that she fell in love with, talking about some, yeah, you know, I sleep with men. You know, you just can't push that on a woman. You know, you need to give them the choice and the option before you propose to them and embarrass them to the world, whether this is something they want to do. And if you were honest in the beginning, I think that maybe she could have trusted you, you know, more. But the fact that you waited until you proposed to her to do this, I feel like it was disingenuous. I don't really feel like he's a bisexual man. I feel like he's gay, and he went on the show for publicity and played with somebody's heart. You know, now he was trying to act masculine and things like that. But the moment things got heated, I mean, he turned straight bitch. He called her a bitch, you know, and started talking about her wig, and her wig is lifting up off her head, just like some straight ladybug things. And it was just like, see, there it is, you know. I knew it was coming, you know, and actually I feel good that that happened, because she deserves something better than that. You know, if somebody's going to talk about you dirty when they get mad at you, oh, that's why you got a gap in your tooth and you ugly. And then it's just like, yo, you've been feeling this way the whole time while things was good. But now that you mad, you want to say something about my wig lifting up and call me a bitch and things like that. Like, what man does that to a woman that you supposedly in love with, that you trying to, you know, marry? And she's upset because you told her that you sleep with boys. You know, it's just... And then he comes on a reunion show. I don't want to give too much away for any of y'all who... And then tries to... Y'all got to watch it, man. Let me know what y'all think about this show. I love it, you know. I love the experiment. Like I say, it might work for some. It might not work for some. But I just really believe in love, and sometimes, you know, the unconventional method of finding love works for some people. It hasn't worked for me, but, you know, might work for some people. If you know, into Meagan Thee Stallion, go check out her new album, Sugar, you know, and let me know what you think about that. You know, like I said, this is just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Stallionaires, I don't need y'all trampling over me, running up on me, you know, like a whole bunch of horses in a horse race. You know, because I said her album is whack. No, I'm just kidding. But it is. You know, I love y'all. I hope y'all be in prayer. You know what I'm saying? And I'll see y'all on the next video, man. This your favorite cousin Tripp, man, and I'm out. Yeah.